I have my uncle's comic book collection. He passed away and this was handed down to me.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Small Screen Shakedown. Pawn Stars is a well-known reality TV show, whereas vintage items of great value are traded. Although it started off as a family business, Pawn star Chumlee became no less than a member of the family after his questionable acts that almost lost him his place. Let's delve into the 7 reasons why Chumlee was fired from Pawn Stars. Number 6. Caught in the act. The owner of the show, Rick Harrison, is completely aware of how Chumlee's accidental prone, but he also doesn't doubt the fact that his awkwardness is the main reason for high ratings of the show. Like that one time when a customer deposited a value bass guitar on the pawn shop, only to find later out that it had been completely wrecked into pieces by Chumlee, who carelessly fooled around the warehouse, accidentally crashing it on the floor. The shop therein experienced a massive loss as they had to give off $20,000 to the customer instead of the initial agreement of $700. When inquired, Chumlee indifferently made up a false story about someone else breaking the guitar, but was later caught through the CCTV footage as he walked out from the incident as if nothing had happened.
Someone pawned the bass and set it in the back room and it had fell, and then I don't know who.
Number 5. Sloppiness that's astonishing. Even though putting Chumlee at the front of shop counter for dealings is equivalent to asking for trouble, Rick imagined it would be better off to send him off with simple instructions of getting a vintage Bob Dylan album officially signed by the singer himself to sell it on his pawn shop at a higher price. And surprisingly, he did end up getting it successfully, only for Rick to discover later that he actually got it signed to his name Chumlee instead. Shook with disappointment as he just suffered a massive loss, Rick had no choice but to ask him to hang it on his walls instead of selling it for thousands of dollars.
Is this a joke?
No, that's his signature.
Number 4. Legal issues. Although Chumlee appears innocent to his fans due to his dumb encounters on the TV show, that image of him completely flipped when the Las Vegas police raided his house due to assault charges and further discovered possession of unlicensed firearms and drugs like marijuana, cocaine, and much more. However, after appearing in the court, he pleaded guilty, and his sentences were negotiated to 3 years probation and counseling only. Although this was a close call for him, it surprisingly did not ruin his TV career.
19 drug charges and 1 weapons charge. A lot of people we spoke with here.
Number 3. Regrettable deals. Chumlee had very little frontline experience in making wise deals at the pawn shop, and this one time he dealt with a man who brought an antique Gibson medallion to the store to sell it for at least $1,000. Chumlee, being an amateur, had zero idea if the piece was even authentic in the first place, and although it did appear quite new, Chumlee still decided not to contact an expert as he didn't want to let go of this seemingly valuable purchase, and went up the mark to exchange the Gibson for $1,500, only to discover later that he had been trolled as the instrument expert confirmed it was a legitimate fake piece that's originally worth $100 only.
Made it. Gibson mandolins are sweet. We had a lady bring one in from the early 1900s.
Number 2. Poor customer service. Although Chumlee has mostly been gullible when it comes to dealing with customers, there have been times he has risked his job by being over-efficient. As of this one time, when a guy walked into the store in order to sell his vast collection of candy dispensers, all from the 1960s and 70s, for a price of $2,500. Although Chumlee seemed intrigued by the huge collection, he didn't miss the chance to mock and nag the seller by implying it was something the children would hoard and not the old guys. He further irked him for bringing candy dispensers without any candies. The useless conversation enraged the seller enough to leave the store without the deal, as he sensed disrespect to the pest community after Chumlee refused to purchase his stack at the proposed price.
70s.
What good are candy dispensers without candy?
Come on, man. You work with this guy.
Seems like this is something that...
Hey, hold up! Before we move on to number 1, do us a favor and click that big red subscribe button, and oh, don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of our videos. Alright, let's move on to the finale. Number 1. Buying worthless items. It seems like Rick Harrison has made peace with the fact that Chumlee is prone to getting scammed by many sellers. However, in one episode, Chumlee tested his limits when a woman came to the store with a massive pile of 7 boxes that she suggested were full of comic books from olden days. Chumlee was fascinated and paid the seller $500 after briefly scanning the boxes, thinking he could earn more from it later, only to be disappointed later on as Rick asked for a second opinion from an expert who revealed the boxes contained only a few comics that were worth $200 only to be disappointed later on as Rick asked for a second opinion from an expert who revealed the boxes contained only a few comics that were worth $200 only, while rest of the content was just a bunch of throwaways.
It's on its own. I wonder what else you got in here. Oh, the X-Force.
These were the highlights on how Chumlee ignorantly risked his entire career. This brings us to the end of our video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then let us know by liking the video. Stick around for more amazing content as we will be seeing you in another video. Until then, take care and goodbye.